Combustion.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Been running the game with my team making plays. Talking 80, my G, Swan and Jules in this place. Surrounded by dogs, keep the quarterback safe. I'm the one with the plans, they gon' do what I say. The game is not over, we don't celebrate. In the end zone, we don't got no time in the wait. H-Town run down, we don't premeditate. We just go and get to it, we got them on skates. If the game go into overtime, kicking the overdrive, we gon' be first at the finish line. Play looking full, but I finish mine. Can I get second? We gon' line up like it's dinner time. We put in work till we get us a ring. Super Bowl season, we running the scene. H-Town the home of the realest that breathe. Keep your face down when you talk to the king.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the H-Town Rundown. This is your boy AD, and I got my co-hosts in the building. We got Clayton, and we got Jules. Welcome back. In the building. How's everybody doing on this wonderful Friday afternoon / evening?
Doing well.
No complaints.
Look, it is a wonderful day to be a joyful draft prospect wanting Texan fan.
Correct.
Right now, the Houston Texans unfortunately took an L on last Sunday against the Denver Broncos, 18-15, in a highly contested, highly, dogfight of a battle.
What game were you watching?
Broncos.
Huh? What game were you watching?
Hey man, it was highly contested. It came down to the last second. What you mean? It was exciting. It
wasn't them versus the Raiders. It was an actual defensive struggle. It wasn't just a rock fight. It was an actual defensive struggle. But continue.
Dirt in the eyes, spit on the face. Like hey, it was a fight.
You mean on one side of the ball? I got you.
Hey, the Houston Texans do what the Houston Texans do this season on offense.
It's nothing.
Not score enough. And so, here we are at the Houston Texans sitting at 3-5 on the season.
A miracle 3-5.
Right now, the Houston Texans again lost another one possession game, and if the season goes as the season has gone, it's been that way every week. Week 1, the Houston Texans lost against the Rams by the total of 5 points. They lost week 2 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by a total of 1 point. They lost week 3 against the Jacksonville Jaguars by a total of 7 points. They lost, week 9 against the Seattle Seahawks by a total of 8 points.
I think that was 8, but 7, 8. Like
8. It was 8 points.
8. No, I mean the other week number.
Was it week 8? Yeah,
it was week 8. It was
week 8. I'm sorry, week 8. Sorry, week 8, and you lost by 8. And then you go into week 10. No, that was week 9, right?
Week 9.
Then it was week 7. Sorry, week 7
was 7. Niners was 8.
Yeah, and then last week was 9. And then week 9 you lost against the Denver Broncos by 3.
Week 6 was the best week though.
Yeah, against what the all bye week. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, offense couldn't do no wrong that week.
They practiced hard. They willed it to win.
So it was a hard-fought game. I want to get y'all thoughts about the game, and then we can go into why it was such a hard-fought game.
Jules, you want this one first?
Well, all props to defense. I was reluctant to call them elite defense for so long. At this point, they're on the verge of being an elite defense because the offense cannot score enough points when it matters, and it can't do anything when it needs to do a score or a field goal or even kill clock. The offense is just dysfunctional, and the defense is playing its butts off every play, every game. They can't even make a mistake. If they make one mistake, the game is completely over at that point. So watching it hit when CJ went out, watching Mills come in, and I'm not a big Mills guy. People say he didn't play bad, but you got one first down. You got one first down in the second half. You couldn't kill clock. You couldn't functional. You overthrew passes. Christian Kirk, he tried to catch a ball. I mean, it just resonates how bad the offense is when you don't have a high caliber quarterback, and it really should give everybody a little more hope how good CJ really is to make this offense even look functionable when he's on it. Because when Davis Mill was there, it looked even worse.
Uh,
Mhm.
Um, it was just a bad. It was just a bad offense showing, and it's the worst showing of all season. And it just shows you that the offense, the system, the players, they're not NFL ready.
So I had not to promote, but I did drop a Nick Haley piece today.
what did you
Revisiting.
drop it at? Go ahead.
So Texans roundtable, right? So that's the first little tag down there. So on the roundtable, right? I posted it, revisiting Nick Haley's hire, right? D'Amico Ryans and his 12 reasons why list, right? Blah blah blah. I did that because looking at the Broncos game, we I know a lot of people out there probably get sick of hearing it. We get sick of talking about it. We get sick of seeing it. It literally comes down to the same thing every single week with the same outcome, give or take a few details being different. You have an elite defense on every level, linebacker core, defensive line, cornerback group. And to Jules's point, yeah, they leak a little bit of water here and there, but when you're on the field for as long as they are, I mean, okay, that's to be expected. But it literally comes down to you're 3-5 because you have one of the worst offensive structures probably of the last 5 years.
Right.
Of this side of Nat Hackett, no disrespect, but of a Nat Hackett, a Freddie Kitchens, an Adam Gase, if you will, like guys like that. Where yes, I said it, where it's not football is a complex sport, but it's not building computers, right? And
Mhm.
the fact that the Houston Texans coordinator after coordinator, coach after coach finds himself trying to force an infrastructure that does not fit the players that you have on the field. That is why we've lost every other game this season in one score games where literally you had no excuse to lose. And the moment against Denver, they did not score yet again from the 1 yard line. You knew that was probably it right there.
Right.
You knew because that is what they've shown you from week number one. It's not that they can't move the ball from time to time. It's not that they can't drive the ball with some willpower every now and again. It's the fact that when it comes down to it, they don't do the fundamental elements of football correctly, which is what we all were told that Nick Haley was bringing to the table: fundamentals, smartness, coaching, not beholding to any one scheme. But that one scheme, supposedly, is what's making you 3-5. Normally, you can blame a lot of things to be 3-5. It literally comes down to one thing emanating from one guy who seems like he's out of his league. I'm not saying he can't coach at all, but it's not that hard. Nico Collins should not only have one game this season of 100 plus yards. He shouldn't just have one of those. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. There's a bunch I could go into, but the moment they didn't score from the one, it was a wrap.
Correct.
How many tries does it take for the Houston Texans to score from the 1 yard line?
Apparently
We
more than 10.
we still trying to figure out now.
They're 0 for 10, so maybe
Right.
11 will work.
So if you break down each game and each quarter, and I said this before, there's been 32 quarters been played. The Texans have played. They have played 8 or 10 good quarters of offensive play, and it's all been bad teams. That is a horrible ratio. 49ers you play good, and the Ravens you play good, and a quarter and a half against the Titans you played offensive
Thank
play
you.
well.
Thank you.
And but after that, you have not been a professional offensive scheme or team this whole year. So I know we sound like we're downers. I know people who are faithful and say what we're talking about, based on what they've shown for almost half the season, is what we're going on for the rest of the season. It don't get no easier. We're
Mm-mm.
not playing college teams. We're not there is no like in college. There's a double A team or a triple A team to get you that one good win that you're going to get. We
Mm.
struggle against all teams.
And listen, bro. We still got the Chiefs, of course. Jack's coming up. We got the Colts twice. You got the Bills still. You got the Chargers.
Mhm.
Like, go ahead.
We got Titans again. We're gonna see what they're gonna do with that because
You
that
got the
wouldn't.
Cardinals who just put Delta
Cardinals.
ass on the doggone Cowboys.
Hey, a
And
matter of fact, I'll put it to you like this. I know we later on we're going to do our around the NFL. If the Titans beat y'all, I think there's a whole deeper conversation. We're already having it, but if the Titans beat y'all next week, AD, I think what you said might come to fruition sooner than maybe what we think. I don't know.
it should because you see what a functional GM does is get a functional backup quarterback. At least try to say, okay, if he gets my quarterback get hurt, we know this guy can win games. We know Davis Mills can't win games.
Mm-mm.
But yet you didn't try to find a upgrade version of him. There's Joe Brissett. There's good
No Flacco.
quality backup quarterbacks. You can pay five, four, three, $7 million. You could continue to pay Davis Mills an extra amount of money because you like him. I'm sorry. I don't want to get around on this ain't the Nick
So
Casario
Right, yeah,
conversation.
look, I'm going to jump on that point really quick, and then we can move on. But
Now I got to watch Davis Mills play.
look, I'm going to your point, Clayton, and I've said this before. If the Texans end this season 3-14, or they end this season 4-13, hell, if they end this season 5-12, everybody,
He gone.
um, and it should be that way because there's been a lot of talk about how bad Nick Casario is as a play caller. I mean, as a GM. I'm sorry,
Yes.
I'm getting the Nick C's mixed up. And then there's been a multitude of people complaining and tearing about how bad Nick Cayley is as an OC,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
including us on this show at the H-Town Rundown.
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing possible that you would want to happen is for the Texans to go on a magical run or just figure it out all of a sudden and win 6 or 7 games, you know, out of six, win 6 or 7 out of your last 9,
For pride.
and you make the playoffs. So all you fans that complain about Nick Casario, all you fans that complain about Nick Cayley, and you say they gotta go, they can't be here any longer. They're the reason for all the problems and distrust and the struggles that we're having offensively, and the lack of depth in players and all of this stuff, roster construction and bad contracts and everything you want to say bad about Nick Cayley and Nick Casario. The Houston Texans make the playoffs. Guess what's going to happen?
We're gonna run it back.
We're going to run it all back again.
Hmm.
And we got to go through this whole soap opera again. So I posed a question to you, Texan fans. I really want to know, what are your thoughts? Like, do you really, really want Nick Casario back? Do you really want Nick Cayley back? Do you want to keep seeing the lack of offensive production on the field? Do you want to see the lack of offensive talent on the offensive line? Do you want to see the lack of just ineptitude, like the lack of consciousness when it comes to giving extensions and dealing out contracts? Do you want to see all of that again? And if you don't, I urge you to vote nay.
He
I
said,
urge you to vote nay
"Oh,
on Proposition 7, which is Proposition Get Nick Casario and Nick Cayley out of Houston. If you choose to if you enjoy that type of thing, if you enjoy what you've seen so far from the Houston Texans as far as the offensive line and the bad contracts, the CJ Gardner Johnson drama, the the lack of running back production, the lack of wide receiver production, Nick Cayley and you can't score from the 1 yard line. I urge you to vote yay or vote yes on Proposition 7 for the Houston Texans.
Well, when we talk about the O line, and this is the crazy part that which I just have no understanding on the functionality and the I don't want to say the word I'm looking for, but just the cojones and the stay in the dirt You can't pick a left guard and then you have a right tackle that plays 25 snaps. So you have seven guys that you play on a consistent basis on your offensive drives, and you still can't get any push. You have six guys on a consistent basis, and you still can't run the ball. You can't say, I don't care what's going on. This is my left guard. I'm gonna stick. We're gonna stick beside him. You know what the saying? Juice, Lincoln Townsend. I'm gonna stick beside him. He make false starts. He holds. But guess what? I'm gonna stick beside him. No, would you continue to rotate? And where's the coaching in that situation as an offense coordinator, as a head offensive minded situation says we're gonna continue to rotate left guards because we feel like it, or because he has his strength is only half the game off the snaps. His strength is only half the snaps. So if we got two of them playing half the snaps, we got one left guard. How does that make sense? I have never seen any situation when you have to when you rotating O linemen. You rotate receivers, cool. You rotate running backs, cool. You don't rotate O linemen and you don't rotate quarterbacks. The old saying, Coach Clay, you know the old saying. If you got two quarterbacks, what that mean?
You got
You ain't
no.
got none. So we ain't got a left guard. We pay big money for a left guard and a left tackle, and neither one of them playing.
But it's the media's fault. But see, it's our fault for pointing it out. See that's why it doesn't work. Because see, we're talking about it, right? If we didn't talk about it, it would work. See, they would get that extra push. But since we see it, it's our fault. So we're sorry. We're sorry.
And it's not the players' fault that they didn't go on the goal line. They didn't will enough to. They didn't have enough willpower. It's not talent.
Not
It
enough
ain't scheme. It ain't the offense
Just all you
coordinator.
gotta do is execute.
willpower.
Yeah, and
Just, just execute.
That's
and I
all.
love and I'm a defend. I defended Bobby. I'm gonna defend Nick Caley. I believe they can be good OCs under a offensive head coach, not under a defensive head coach who doesn't know anything about offense. So they've never been prepared to be the czar of offense because they don't know nothing.
And I think, Jules, real quick, I don't want to interrupt you, but you make a good point. I just want to add on to it. What disappoints me about this is, again, I'm on record, right? You can pull out receipts. I have never once publicly called for D'Amico's firing. I have not gone that far yet. I've told AD, I've told others, I wrote about it. I believe D'Amico Ryans has much of what it takes to be a great head coach. He has the qualities, the charisma, the intensity. Like he's a player's coach, right? Like, hometown guy, right? All these good things. But the more he talks, the longer it goes on, and the more that this first real trial that he's ever had to face ever weighs on him, the way he's handling it is what's leaning me towards, I don't know. The reason why also is because similar to Caleb being praised with the 12 reasons list when he was hired, when D'Amico Ryans is hired, you hear all these stories about guys saying, oh, I knew he was going to be a coach. He has this football acumen. Not just defensive player acumen, but football acumen. He's just a football guy. He knows things. For me, when I heard I'm sorry, I know we're trying to avoid it, but when I heard the willpower thing, when it seems like he sounds like the stereotypical defense only coach
Correct.
that Colin Cowherd talks about, that in the modern NFL they don't last long, not because they can't coach at all, but because in today's league you have to be able to score the ball. It reminds me of if you remember the old Jeff Van Gundy Rockets, right? Where not is it Jeff? Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah,
Well,
was,
they had defense could not score. That was the thing on them, right? So the same thing now is like the defense is hyper elite. It is, but D'Amico Ryans, to your point, Jules, is not just like he doesn't know offense. The situational football element of again that final drive where Davis Mills had done nothing all game long since CJ went down, right? And you amazingly get the ball back with a minute and some change left. Now I understand if it's Madden or CJ Stroud and I'm going from the 15, 13 or whatever to get in the field goal range. I understand that completely. But in that situation, when you're scratching and clawing for wins, why not situationally run the ball to at least make them kill their timeouts? But you don't do that. And then when they ask you at the podium, you're like, oh, well, we were just trying to get in position to score. based off of what? Again, do you think willpower and belief would have helped you do it? I don't understand. So these are things where it's like when we say offensive situations, we're talking about an offensive leaning mindset where you understand not just defensively see ball, get ball, but you understand schematically how an
Correct.
offense should function, not just scoring points, but ball positioning, down, distance, time management, stuff like that. I'll say this and I'll shut up. D'Amico does a great job of keeping timeouts. He keeps three on him, like at all times. But game management is not just can you keep timeouts. It's not just what that is. So that's where I'm so disappointed because it's like, man, I thought in year three there are certain things that he, as the head guy, would not be saying, doing, and falling victim to. But he looks like every other stereotypical defensive head coach in the modern NFL, and I'm sad for him because it's only a matter of time. If he didn't have that 6 year contract, I'd really be concerned. But the fact that he has the 6 years, I'm like, but year
Right.
four,
Right.
I think that's
So I'm gonna say this again because people don't like that rhetoric of D'Amico Ryans and him potentially being on the chopping block or him potentially losing his job. Because you know it's very very hard to say because in actuality D'Amico Ryans is a very good coach. He's a good football coach.
Mhm.
Period. Um, D'Amico Ryans is definitely top tier at what he does defensively. He's one of the best to do it right now in the NFL.
mm-hmm,
And you don't want to lose that. Um, you don't want to lose that, potentially having one of the best defensive minds. You don't want to lose that, on your organization. But again, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
mm-hmm,
And
Um,
this is my point on both of y'all is at some point certain fans who won't have that conversation have to divide between D'Amico Ryans and a head coach. The head coach who takes all these bullets for everybody else, if you keep taking bullets for everybody else, your job is on line too. So I understand it's D'Amico Ryan's the hometown guy, the second round pick, the rookie of the year. He came back. He's H Town down. His wife from Houston. Everything going out. That's great. We love the story. This is year three. We don't care about did he wear a 59 jersey anymore. I don't care if he came back to be a H Town the coach. I don't care that he was the Texans rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year. I don't care. I care about him coaching. I care about him understanding the whole scheme of the team because he's the head coach of the team. And if you're not understanding your offensive system is bad, and you
mm-hmm.
allowing anybody else to tell you, well, we're gonna hire this guy, we're gonna do this guy, or we know this. Hey man, my job's online at this point.
yeah, and look, I'm gonna say this. At the end of the day, D'Amico Ryans has a responsibility because there's a narrative, and I believe it as so, and it could be just me that this hire of Nick Caley wasn't a D'Amico Ryans hire. He can sit up there and take the bullet and say, yes, I hired Nick Caley because he technically did hire Nick Caley. But at the end of the day, I'm of the belief this was a more of a Casario doing
Mhm.
than it was of a D'Amico Ryans
Mm-hmm.
doing. And again, you can't allow this situation to happen as a head coach. Um, like Chandler said, it was a Nick Casario hire.
Chandler.
Shout out Chandler, but
We
it's
all
the
believe that.
point of D'Amico Ryan's. How did you allow yourself to get duped?
There you go.
How did you allow yourself to fall into the web of Nick Casario? Did he Spider Man you and
I don't know,
and
man.
did he did he did he did he
Whatever city
Spider
is that?
Man
I said.
you and have you fallen to the web, man? So it's all about that's like at the end of the day, that to me, that is a knock on D'Amico, and you can frame it however you want to frame it and try to take the blame away from D'Amico because of that. But the fact that however you paint it, D'Amico Ryans got tricked, duped,
Right.
lured into
Well, fuck.
the Nick Caley hire,
Right.
and now you're dealing with the consequences of it. Um, that's a knock on D'Amico.
Right.
The offense every year taking a step back
Right.
and not finding solutions and not figuring out solutions, to help or do. And I understand he's probably done all he can do, to the best of his ability to make something shake. But it's a travesty that you have the talent that you have on offense and
Mm-hmm.
you're not able to execute and you're not able to produce enough points. And the fact that your defense is as elite as it is, where you're not giving up but 15 points a game,
Mm-hmm.
that your offense can't even give you 20
Mm-mm.
on a consistent basis. So that is a another knock on D'Amico. But again, in all aspects and all reality, I would say, and as I said earlier, if this team goes 3-14, or this team goes 4-13, or 5-12, everybody should be gone. You ought to clean house. But in reality, we all know D'Amico Ryans is back.
Yeah, that.
We know
Yeah,
he's back.
I was gonna. Yeah, I'm
So
not interrupting. I'm sorry. No, I was just gonna say like we're saying that D'Amico Ryan's, yeah, because right now, according to all reports, like DJ Bieniemy and whatnot, or who was it, Jonathan Alexander? All reports basically say D'Amico's job of anybody is the most secure. Like
correct.
that's
Yeah.
what we've been told. We understand this. I mean, you got to give it to him, right? Like
Right.
when he helps to author one of the greater turnarounds in NFL history of the last 5 years. When he is the head coach on staff. When you have back to back 20+ point playoff wins, like, and you have the number one defense, you can't let go of everything. But everything else got to go. Everything not nailed down connected to D'Amico.
We can't find Matt Burke though, right?
No, Matt. No, yeah, no. Anything. I'm sorry. Anything, Matt. And it is no. Any praise that Matt Burke.
Offensively staffed.
Yeah, there you go. Offensive
There we go.
staff got to go. Everything.
I
Running
would
backs,
say even special team staff.
Frank
Ooh.
Clark's
There you go.
gotta
Look,
go.
There
look.
they go.
I'm,
They
Not.
look.
Hey,
I'm
hold on. We got plenty of time to talk about this in the next couple weeks. But it's when Frank Wright fought for his guy to keep his guy
Frank Ross. Mm-hmm.
over another running back because you love Dare on his point because he fought for two guys. We know he fought for two guys, and one guy cost you a game.
Now, and real quick though, and to kind of tie it back in,
Yeah,
that goes back to D'Amico Ryan's where to the whole duped
there we
point.
go.
When it comes back to it, listen, I am on record. I was one of the ones who said I'm all for moving off of Slowick. Okay.
Right, I have to.
But people's responses to the Kaylee thing and Amico have inadvertently made me a Bobby Slowick apologist because
Right,
Bobby Slowick, I guarantee you, we're not with everything as same thing, run the whole thing. We're not 3-5, right? Like I'm just saying, even as constructed, what it makes me feel like, not I have no as Shannon Sharp would say, no, speculation. You want to know all the stuff. What I'm saying is I would hate to believe that Bobby Slowick lost his job somewhat because y'all just didn't like him, right? Like, I don't want to believe that because he wasn't the biggest. And I get it. Schematically, they couldn't pick up stunts. But again, that's offensive line. That's Chris Strausser.
Right.
That's other people like that you probably should have let go of. The guy who was halfway retired anyway, but whatever. But the fact that Bobby Slowick came as a package to D'Amico and they both helped bring you such colossal success, I'm just thinking – you couldn't have went with year 3 Slowick on the hot seat where you give him a Higgins and Noel, give him all this revamped stuff, Ursary, do everything else. Woody Marks, give him everything else the same and just see what he does. Because the one thing I'll give Bobby Slowick is this. But what offense can function when you take away four of your best offensive players on rotation? When you lose Joe Mixon, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Stephon Diggs, 2 of which for the season, right? One of them early in the season, another one like for 5 games. What offense can function to the same level? That's all I'm saying. So it's like, then you go back to D'Amico, like I said, when it seems like he's much more concerned about like, oh, he's so collaborative, high energy, he's a great guy, and all this stuff. I'm like, bro, I want competence.
Right.
I don't have to be buddy buddy with you to work with you. Like, just don't be disrespectful. I want competence, and that's all I'm asking for.
Like I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna agree with you. I bet you, I put any amount of money that if Bobby Short was on there, even if it requires Tank Dell going down, they score at least once on that goal line. If he got to put the smallest man on the field to be a decoy or block, like he did with Tank Dell, he score a touchdown.
Slowick would have had no problem playing rookies. I know that much.
That's true too.
I know he had Tank Dell on a historically great pace for a Texans wide receiving rookie, on par with DeAndre Hopkins and such. I know. I'm not saying he should still be the OC. I'm saying when I see how prolifically awful the offense is, and the whole reason why you fired the previous guy was to not have this happen. I can't help but to think of the ways in which he would have at least got you to at least that fourth win, that fifth win. You might be 5-3 against, going into Jacksonville game, not 3-5. He would have had no issue featuring a guy in Jalen Noel who runs a 4.340, a tenth faster than Tank Dell. You got two Nico Collinses, one on the X, on one on the Z,
And you
and
got the little brother. You got little brother in X.
you can't make that work. You got a dual threat running back receiver in Woody Marks, who basically is baby Joe Mixon,
Yep.
and we can't make that work. That's why I said I am not a Bobby Slowick apologist, and I hate how the circumstance has painted me out as such. But it's common sense,
Right.
and I digress. Y'all got it.
So we're gonna move on because I promise you after this game, if they lose, and most of us probably predict, most 75% of Texans fans probably predict that we lose this game simply because the injury list, what we'll talk about in a few minutes, the fact that offense is bad, the fact that we have all this negative momentum that we all predict that this team will probably lose on Sunday. We'll talk about all that next week when we talk about the head coaches and GMs and what's going on. But let's try to get the game because
Yeah,
they gotta play. They gotta play the game. And
look. I'm gonna talk about it right now. Because the Houston Texans, you know, when I said earlier in the episode, it was a hard fought game. It was a dog fight. It was a tough game. The Texans took that to heart, and they got laid out. Like C.J. Stroud. We will be next week, Lackville. We will be next week. But it's the point of the injury list. You look at it right now. You lost C.J. Stroud to that nasty hit, to a concussion, a non-concussion concussion. And then you lost Jalen Petrie to a concussion towards the end of the game. You lost Titus Howard to a concussion.
Forrest.
Um,
That's
you
goodness.
also lost, if I'm not mistaken, Kaimi Fairbairn.
Yep.
Hey,
Because
the MVP of the team.
he had to kick so many
Cost his
field
squad.
goals.
His
His
squad.
Hey,
leg,
for real though, it cost him his squad.
Yeah.
look, his
For
leg couldn't
real.
handle it. His quad couldn't handle it. Then of course you got Christian Harris, who I don't even know how he got hurt. Got hurt. Um, and he hurt his shin supposedly.
Okay.
Ed Ingram, who's going to be out as well, hurt his knee. So the laundry list of players right now is not insurmountable, but it's surmountable. It's very very unlikely that you can overcome this. But it's just the point of right now, that game was very very tough fought and very very hard hitting defensive battle, and the defense won. So right now, you look at it as if, what do we do going into Jacksonville?
You pray and you hope.
That's where we are, and that's all we have right now. Is we have to hope. We have to hope that the Texans win this game to get to 4-5. And we have to hope that they get to 500 the next week against Tennessee. And then you have to hope that you can beat Buffalo, that you can beat the Indianapolis Colts,
Oh, make it
Whoa,
stop.
that you can
whoa, you
that
you
you
get
can beat.
Oh,
you
make
get
it
too
stop.
far.
You
You
can
get
hold
too
on.
far ahead,
Then
oh
you
boy.
can beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and then you got a reprieve with the Raiders and Cardinals. Then you have to hope that you can beat the Chargers, and then you have to hope that you can beat the Colts again.
Oh my
But
gosh.
again, you know,
let's talk about this game because
I
that's
mean,
like
I'm
it's like
just,
I said
I'm
too
just painting.
close. You
Look, I'm
moving too
painting a
close.
picture. I'm painting a picture, and I'm gonna say it again for all of those people that despise Nick Casario, and for all those people that despise Nick Caley. I need you all to vote no on Proposition 7.
Oh
And I
Lord.
guarantee you, we will have both of those Nick C's out of here. So again, it's just the point of yes, if the Texans win this game, great. If the is it likely? No. And that's just being realistic. Like I can be a fan on Sunday, but just being realistic right now, talking about the game, talking about the matchups, the Texans absolutely have a chance to win this game because Jacksonville is Jacksonville, and Jacksonville is not anybody, regardless of the injuries that we have. Defensively, we should be able to win this game defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's the same thing we've been saying every game though.
I mean, but that's going to be the season, and it's almost like how D'Amico wants to win games. He wants to win them defensively. Um,
And that's the whole thing about me and Clayton talking about is that defensive mindedness
yeah,
of you want to win this game ugly, and that's not this era of football anymore. So
yeah.
I said we digress. We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it for sure. But right now, let's look at it right now. You got the matchups, okay? You're pretty much healthy. Outside of Jalen Petrie, you're pretty much healthy defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you can go out and you can Trevor Lawrence is going to turn the ball over.
Oh yeah, yeah. He gonna put
They have no Travis Hunter.
no
Um,
BT, no BTJ.
no BTJ is out for this game. So they're
Mm-hmm.
offensively, they're going to be,
They did make
you
a
know,
trade though.
I mean
Yeah,
Jacoby
there's
Myers.
gonna
I
be a
mean,
lot of Jacoby Myers, but again, if you know that's the one target, you can put Sting on him. No disrespect.
Oh,
Jacoby Myers is a pass around off of Jensen.
hey, that's fine. But Stingley ain't been playing well either though.
Or what was is it
Yeah.
Harwin or what's the South Side Jensen? What is
Uh,
it from?
This and that, buddy.
This
Get
and
right
that.
with us
Yeah, there
on,
you
on the
go.
leaf. Talk about the leaf correctly, sir.
There you go.
We
Look,
got no. We know
hey,
you got on the north side. You know you got Jensen Tidwell. We know what you
yeah.
got on the north side.
All I got to say is Jacoby Myers is a pass around from the streets. I'm gonna just say that to be
Right.
PC.
I got you.
Um, but he doesn't strike fear in me defensively. I'm pretty sure we're going to get at least 1 or 2 turnovers in this game from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Can we capitalize on it? Is the question.
There you go.
We don't have a kicker to rely on that's going to give us at least 2 to 3 field goals. A game. I don't know what I've never seen this guy kick before, so it'll be interesting to see what he does in this game. But other than that, I mean, Davis Mills Mafia, MEALS, Mills Mafia.
General Mills.
Um, will you stand up and support your guy? Do you think he can come out and just have a one-time resurgence game, one time, game where he just is competent? Not overthrowing guys, not putting the ball too high, not throwing it too wide, not just can he put the ball on a couple guys. Can Nick Caley structure a game plan around Davis Mills where he's able to complete some short passes and get the balls in the hands of Jalen Noel, Christian Kirk, Nico Collins, Jaden Higgins, Xavier Hutchinson, Dalton Schultz, Woody Marks? Can the ball be distributed amongst those guys? And can we at least score 1 touchdown? I think if the Texans score 1 touchdown, not a chance. Not a
Okay,
chance.
here again, similar to Bobby Slowick, right? Weirdly, I guess I have a soft spot for Davis Mills because he was the guy after the guy right after Deshaun, that whole thing. And Mills was the emergency QB option, and he came in. And for a hot little second, there was talk about, is he outplaying Trevor Lawrence? Is he outplaying his fellow draft mates? That happened for, a cup of coffee, right? But Davis Mills is he's like the Lay's potato chip of quarterbacks. He is vanilla ice cream. He's milk toast. He's just kind of there. He's not a horrible quarterback. His stats back up the fact he has a positive TD to INT ratio. He has a
Look,
2-1 record against the Jaguars. I
to all those things you just named, from the fat guy in the room, if you put vanilla ice cream on a hot brownie or a hot cookie, it's delicious. If you put Lay's chips in a hot ham and cheese sandwich and
oh
in the middle,
yeah,
hey, you talking about finger licking,
that's some
finger
goodies.
licking good.
Some goodies.
So white bread, you toast that bad boy up and put some cheese in there. You make you a grilled cheese sandwich. Hey, chef's kiss. Mwah. Um, all these things can be modified if you have the right things to accompany it.
Yeah,
So,
I
uh,
that's just what you said. Resurgence. To resurge, you have to surge at first, right? You have to actually have done, and it's not being disrespectful. It's just we know Davis Mills, and it's like it's almost like unless every receiver is 6'5", the ball will sail every now and again. He can start off fine, he'll hit you right in the numbers, but then it's like gradually that ball just to get high, higher and higher, and just like that. So I listen. I'll put it to you like this. I got a weird prediction. If the Texans hand the ball off to Woody Marsh for their first run attempt of the game, they're gonna win. Watch,
Okay,
watch. If Woody gets the first handoff, watch, they're gonna win. Watch.
I got you. Well, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna put the lipstick on the pig. With the offensive stars being gone, and now you have depth players playing most of the offensive system. If they can't protect with the starters, it's gonna be hard for even Mills, and I'm gonna take up for Mills to be in functional offense of quarterback with the amount of pressure that he's gonna see from Walker and Hines.
Mm,
mhm.
Because we showed last time Allen ate up Big E, and that's what even helped. Now we're gonna see if he learned anything from the last game, and it's the point that all offenses have to understand is this is the second time you're gonna see this defense. We're gonna see if you can make adjustments from playing a team twice. Or you gonna get beat again by the same way you got beat last time. If he gets beat, if this offense is the same way they got beat last time, and Hines Ward or but not Hines Allen, what his name is,
Yeah,
mm,
Josh
beat
Allen.
If he beats you again, if that defense beats you the same way they beat you, or they beat you up in the same matter, that means you as an OC cannot be
You
condemned.
suck.
You can't do it. You have to do
But
something different. But
what,
even
you
that said
sounded like
though,
Mike Singletary. Can't
but
win with him.
you can't win him.
Can't play with him.
And
Can't do it.
like I said, it's even gonna be hard for him, even though we want to see changes when you don't have your dogs, when you don't have the quality starter that you have. So it's gonna be hard. I don't see this team actually winning on the offense side. I don't see it getting score a touchdown. I don't see them going to maybe getting one field goal this week. And
well,
this not hating. This
yeah,
is just this just seeing what you have seen and what you overcome because they have a pretty good defense.
mm, yeah. But you know what though? Their best offensive game of the season arguably came against the 49ers when Nico Collins was not in the game.
Hmm.
So for me, weirder things have happened this season. Watch, I bet you weirdly, watch Davis Mills have the game of his life. I don't know why. It would just seem like the time where Caleb would sit there and reach in the back
Most
somewhere. I don't know.
the
I,
most
I
Texan
love it.
thing ever. And guess what? I'm not going to predict, and because we can go ahead and do the predictions. We need to do the round the table because we got to
Yeah,
get ready for this Rockets game.
let's do it. Yep.
But I'm not going to predict the Texans to win, but I know they are going to win because, like you're saying, it will be the most Texan thing ever
Ever.
for them to win this game. Win this game going away, not close, um, kind of in a shocker. And Davis Mills has a excellent game. Mills Mafia is going crazy. And guess what? I'll be in attendance. And every game that I've been in attendance, the Texans have done everything right.
Okay, well, good
The
luck.
first game was Tennessee. What was that score? 26-0. You go against I go to the 49ers game, and the Texans handle business like they're supposed to. Have the 49ers fans leaving early. And so I will say this again. Even though I'm not predicting the Texans to win, I know that the Texans will win this game in the most Texan fashion
Mhm.
ever.
Oh
But I
Lord.
want to hear your score. I'll give my prediction first. My prediction The Texans will lose this game 17-3.
Okay.
Dang. Oh.
Go ahead, Emerson. Go ahead, Clay.
Dang, you said 3 single digits. Doggone. All right, you know what? Let's thread the needle here. I will also have the Texans losing, as much as I want to go with my other opinion. Give me 16-7.
Okay.
I'll say 16-7. I'll give him the one fluky touchdown, probably a toss up somewhere. Nico Collins grabs the ball, whatever. 16-7. Yeah,
I'll go with you if you said the defense had pick six more than Davis Mills, but I got the touchdown somewhere.
yeah.
So my prediction is going to be 25-0 Jacksonville.
Oh, Jackson.
Mm.
Dang.
Mm.
And the reason why I just think that you've seen the clink in the Mikkel's armor, and I don't think this team gonna be prepared because they're making excuses for everything, and they have yet to be accountable for what they're going through. Unless you make accountability about what's going on, you're gonna keep having the same problems.
Mm.
And
Yeah, look,
I didn't see anything change in that press conference.
I need the Texans to prove me wrong. I need the Texans to do things like prove us all wrong, go out and show up and show out. It'll be a joy to see the Texans win a game. Um, but again, I don't want to win for nothing. But here we go with the round. The round. We just gonna say who we want to win, lose. We're not gonna go down the discussion
Yeah,
about why.
right.
We'll start with the overseas game, the Indianapolis Colts and Atlanta Falcons.
Colts.
Falcons.
I got Falcons winning that game. Colts are gonna lay another egg.
Fraud watch.
Hey,
Yeah.
Fraud watch.
Yep.
next game you got New Orleans and Carolina. I got Carolina. They're in Carolina. I got
Yeah, Carolina. Yeah,
Carolina.
I
Carolina.
got the Saints.
Mm.
Oh,
It's a because the division game.
Yep.
Next game is a good one. You got New England and Tampa Bay. I'm gonna say Tampa Bay wins this game. Tampa Bay coming off a bye.
I'm gonna go Patriots. Yep. Go Patriots.
To me, it's a toss up. Bucks. I can't choose which one. I like both of them.
Then I got New Orleans, the toilet bowl for real. The New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns.
Ooh, ew. Ew.
Yeah.
I mean, if you trade 18 players away and you can't, you still you win a game. I mean, you got to go with the Browns. I'm just
Yeah.
If the New York Jets win this game,
Oh, so fancy gone.
does Cleveland start Shadur Sanders the
no,
next game?
nope.
They seem pretty dug in. Whatever it is, they seem pretty dug in. And Stefanski gone, by the way. If he loses that game,
if Stefanski's gone, then you're going to see Shadur.
Yeah,
that's on the way.
That's on the way.
That's on the way.
Shador is not a factor for Stancy or the owner.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I think the owner. It is the owner. It's the GM.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought the owner didn't want him either.
No, the owner wanted them. Baltimore and then Minnesota. In Minnesota.
Minnesota.
You got Minnesota beating Baltimore with Lamar Jackson back?
Oh,
Well, you know what? No, I'll go Minnesota too.
I
I
go
think
Minnesota.
they're gonna ride. Yeah, they're gonna ride McCarthy's juice.
Oh,
They gonna ride. Yeah.
Pause. I got Baltimore. I got Baltimore winning that game, man. Next game is Buffalo and Miami. Buffalo,
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
easy money.
That's
You
gonna
got the Giants and the Bears. I got the Giants winning this game, man.
I got Chicago. I believe in Caleb now. I believe in once again we believe in coaching.
You believe in Caleb?
We believe in coaching. We believe in
Ain't
that
no
they
way.
got the right. They got the right OC. I believe in coaching.
I
Ain't
got the Bears
no
because I
way.
got the Bears because according to reports, Brian Daboll was already fired, but somebody talked the owner out of doing it. So
Hold on. Speaking of Brian Dable, that would be a nice name offensively for OC.
Cam Stefanski too.
Arizona and Seattle.
Seattle.
Y'all are really hype on Seattle. Give me Jacoby Brissett and the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
Upset on the road.
Okay.
Then you got Detroit and
You
Washington.
just like chaos. You just like just flip the table.
Detroit and Washington.
Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah, easy money. Detroit as well. Another good game. The Rams and 49ers
Mm.
Give me the
in San
Rams.
Fran. In San Fran.
I take the Rams.
If this was Sunday night football, I would say the 49ers, but yeah, I'm gonna give me the Rams.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go Rams.
This is starting to be a good slate of games because you got Pittsburgh at the Chargers on
Mm.
Sunday night football.
The fraud watch spectacular. I see both on fraud watch. Give me the lesser of the two frauds. I'll take Chargers here.
Take the Steelers.
Yeah, I got the Steelers winning this game as well. And then for Monday night football, you got the Eagles and Green Bay Packers in Green
Eagles.
Bay.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Give me Green Bay.
Why? Oh,
That's
okay. We'll talk
chaos.
about it later. Just
Give me Green Bay all day. Green Bay. They're in Green Bay. It's gonna be cold.
Philly.
I
It's
know.
cold.
I know. But I'm saying is Green Bay on a Sunday night. Green Bay. Look at Green Bay's record on Sunday night football, especially when they're at home.
Man, Jordan Love gonna throw like 2, 3 picks.
Jordan
Yeah.
Love,
Push,
Jordan Love
push all the way. That's
I
gonna
got
happen. It's cold. They're gonna run the ball.
Philly offensively has been taking a step back. They've been trying to find their way offensively.
take,
Give me
I take Philly.
Michael Parsons. Give me Michael Parsons 2 sacks, and give me the Packers.
So you saying Jordan Love's been consistent the whole time he's been playing?
I'm not relying on Jordan Love. I'm relying on Josh Jacobs.
Oh, then give me Philadelphia again. Hands down now.
Have you not paid attention to Josh Jacobs?
Okay. They made a good trade for Phillips.
Okay. At the end of the day, here we are.
Mhm.
But again, man, appreciate everybody that's been watching. We will be back on YouTube next week. So y'all make sure y'all go ahead and like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. And the new Twitter, the HTRD. And then my new Twitter as well, at Mr. AD0923. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and like, share, and subscribe on all the platforms. Y'all make sure y'all at 6:30. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and tune in to our boy Pastor on the H-Town Rundown playback. As we are live streaming the Houston Rockets game against the Wimbiamas of them all, the San Antonio Spurs. So y'all make sure y'all go ahead and tune into that and go ahead and get that good old golden ticket, that golden VIP pass, so that you can watch that game. And I you know what? I've been doing this every episode. I want to go ahead and this last promo again. I myself, AD, am hosting an event on next Saturday, um, for hosting it alongside the Impact Foundation, and it's a scholarship fund, scholarship event, where they give out scholarships to different students, and they're doing a fundraising event on Saturday. I need y'all all to go ahead and support this effort. Even if you don't buy a ticket, just scan the QR code and drop a little change in right here, and y'all go ahead and drop a little change down, and make sure that y'all go ahead and support the endeavor of the Impact Foundation. They give out between 30 to 50 scholarships or more every year, starting off at $500 or more. We've seen upwards of $5,000 scholarships given out to students through this foundation. So y'all make sure y'all go ahead and scan the QR code. And if you want to come in and participate in the auctions and door prizes and everything like that, you're more than welcome to. It's going to be live music. You buy a ticket, you get free food, you get a drink or two. And you also, it's gonna be live music. You get be a part of the door prize raffle, as well as you can have an opportunity to get you a ticket package, which is including a parking ticket to the doggone Houston Texan game against the Indianapolis Colts to end the season. Even still, you can go and watch the Texans go ahead and end the Colts, or be a detriment to the Colts. So again, y'all go ahead and scan that QR code, and support this endeavor. It is for our students of the future, particularly those of color. So y'all go ahead and do the thing. Do that thing y'all do. But again, we appreciate you all. We will see y'all on Sunday. Playback will be live on Sunday, so y'all make sure y'all go ahead and sign up the playback. We will be live streaming the game on Sunday. Um, but again, we will see y'all when we see y'all, man. Peace.
Peace out.